And here we go for a little while. I don't know if I'm going to be interrupted here about an hour or so, but play for a bit. I got the potion to cure the mushroom, or should I say cure the roots. Should be able to get going. Get back wood. Find out which way I'm supposed to go. Or was it? This way. So, thereabouts. There we go. And we're off. Should be able to get quite a ways. What I've got in here. Confluence. Did that. Purity. Just that brought me almost halfway. Let me knock this out real quick. I want the bear too. Couple of bears fighting each other. No, that's not a bear. It's one of those porkies. Yep. All right. Just for a second. Probably gonna have to fight my way back down again. Yep. Stairs down. Nice. Everything's still cleared out. here we go. The corruption runs through these roots, slowly spreading. If Desmond's right, the confluence potion should slow down the spread of the corruption. You know, this time, the corruption will return, but a reprieve would buy you precious time to seek the origin of the curse. Pour the confluence potion on the roots. The room gets cold and your blood burns, sharp as ice. The corruption vibrates spitefully as its wicked remains flicker and wither. You can taste acid on your tongue. The corruption appears contained for now. Now, time to go back up. Here. Come on. Bring it. I dare you. Hey. What's that last one? Those are 3. I killed 4. I hear more. Let's take all of those. The Bastille of Insight. So I've got to get all the way up there. How do I do that exactly? An encounter with the Elder. Lost Logs of a Doomed Journey. January 4th, 1603. William Rayleigh. The Queen is dying. I am once more called to serve. Nay, not to serve. To call my endeavour such would demean she who is the sky and stars of old England. I have a quest, and on its outcome lies nothing less than the fate of our most sublime monarch, Elizabeth. Even as my pen mars this page, she withers abandoned by the craven who called himself her husband. Oberon fled into the night like a thief. He left her not but a trinket by her bedside. Bereft of Oberon, our queen wanes. Should he not return, it is beyond contemplation. I will find the blackguard and bring him back, bound in chains and dragged by the keel if I must. She must be saved, elsewise England may be lost. Still, despite all, I cannot deny the exultation I feel with every sea-stained breath that fills my breast. The Ark Royal is mine once more. A Fey merchant, lately of Troy town, informed us that the summer court has traversed the Sea of Adir not more than a few days prior. The gate is before us, and a stiff breeze alights on our back. I will not fail. Oh, shit. There's one. There's a here. This will launch me. Let's see if we can try that again. Let's see. Oops. There we go. 2. 3. Yes, I did. And that is how you do it. 122. Okay. So now, which way do I need to go? To the right. What's that? That's a fight I don't think I want to get involved with. I could. But do I need to? Not necessarily. Up the hill we go. He's making a mess. Where's the other body? Where did it go? is. Already, we got hail. Get on it. And now I'm wet. Oops. Let's try this again. And there she was. Over this way. Yes, here we go. Ha 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 ha. Ah! Walked into the fire once again. Not good. Okay. Here we go. Are we out of the rain? Yes, we are. Speak. No, not her. Yeah.
If you've come for an update on my condition, then I regret to inform you that I doubt I'm long for this world. The hounds of Hades have come howling from the depths, calling me homeward. There is a light in your eyes that I once saw reflected in my own. The wild fire of a determined adventurer, raging against the odds. I could not stop such a force even if I tried. I've not tasted swill like that since my first encounter with Goblin Kid in my early days as a realm walker. A note to pass on to Miss Valavani for her next concoction. Health-wise, I feel as if I've tasted the briefest whisper of laudanum. That is to say, I feel a modicum improved, but the despair still lingers. The curse hasn't lifted, as I'd expected. The Fae require a sacrifice. I'll admit, I was holding on to the hope that perhaps you or Desmond might. No point lamenting. It is time for me to collect myself and pass back through that gate, to take up the chains I retreated from before, and free Sylvan's cradle of this blight. Ah, there it is. What I've been hoping to see in you all along. The flame of fortitude, burning in those lost eyes. That's the proper outlook of a realm walker. Clearer than I've witnessed in years. The gate is yours. Do what you feel you must. But don't put all your hope in success. This geriatric realm walker would welcome failure just as openly.
Finally able to get through. A contract upheld. Azazel, the penitent. Azazel, eldest and most respected of the council. nodded his head in solemn agreement. The Fae before him grinned, surrounded by the viscera of its rampage. Together they left the people of Sylvan's cradle behind. They watched with tearful eyes, but none could follow. The deal with the Court of Hearts was done. It had been a clear choice in the man's mind. He would suffer until the end of his life, and in return, his village would forever be spared. All those many lifetimes, in exchange for whatever few years remained of his, even the council's impassioned objections could not stand against scrutiny when the trade was so clearly right. It was this firm belief in righteousness that kept Azazel marching dutifully into the hills. He wanted to speak to the Fae. After the druid's lifetime of devotion, it felt a waste not to. But he found the questions caught in his throat. Why had it come? What missteps in their rituals had brought about such hatred? The longer he thought of the potential answers, the heavier his legs began to feel. He pushed thoughts from his mind and, focusing only on the goodness of his sacrifice, kept pace. I do hear some mobs. A contract upheld. Azazel depended on it. When Azazel beheld the Fae arriving at the long-dormant site of power, it was as if he saw the realm of his birth with new eyes. The great ziggurat stood not more than a place of reverence, but a warning. How they had not seen it for the evil therein, Azazel could only guess. They wove their way through winding corridors, crumbling staircases, until finally they reached the great central chamber. There the Fae spoke. You will come to know this place well. The room was vast. Embedded in a stone floor, there lay 4 metal shackles holding the bones of some ancient beast. Azazel could scarcely look away, and as he watched, the ribcage seemed to rise and fall as if still breathing. Only the Fae's voice tore his attention from it. That role is now yours to give suffering enough for all your people. I had a fine harvest before me. It will take many, many lifetimes to atone. Azazel's hands began to shake. Your mortal form will not suffice, but fear not. I can change this. Let's take another gander. Make sure I got all the stuff that I needed up here. Dun, dun, dun. Yep. We'll pop down here. Activate that. Ha 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 ha. That's 3. 21. There it is. Oh. I must be missing one somewhere. Where could it be? Somebody is obviously in pain. Lots of it. No, I can't get through this. Get up onto there, but I couldn't. Ouch. Let's do another look around here. Check, check, double check, triple check, check. Huh. What am I missing? Nothing that shows that I can break through. Let's go up again. Let's go up all the way up. Don't see nothing. Nothing. Up. You can never know. Where is a cliff? If anybody knows where it's at, let me know. Find the hook comes 2 of 4. Working the sign of power and saving his prey. Yeah, let's try this. That doesn't work. Nothing in there. See, that one's not lit up. What could it be though? Oh, what's this? Crap. There we go. That's the kind of thing I need to find. It did me no good. Let's try this side. Oh, that had damage. Take all of that. Maybe we'll have to do this upstairs. I'm gonna try this upstairs. Maybe I'll find something. There's that. And I think I found the last one. Yep, I hear something. Go ahead and grab my grub. Oh. with this. Okay. Make sure this level is secure. Oh, this guy. Got it. That's for all. Destroy this. Run up. I'll destroy you first. And that was destroyed perfectly. Do a little bit of checking around. Those stairs. I saw you. Let's go. Get my prize. What's this? Corruption cards around. Okay. Go ahead and take that. Let's go ahead and take a look around before we start playing with the musical things. Okay. What was the first one? Let's try this first. 1. 2. No. Let's try this first. Okay. Oh, that screws it up. 1, 2. 3. Oh. 1, 2. 3. 4. And finally 5. Yep. This leads down. We double check to see if there's any of those pages left. Yep, don't want that. Go back around over here. Oh, nothing is bad. Take all of that. Up. Go around. No pages. That's what I was looking for. Slice and dice. Anybody else? Just a guard. Take one of those. What's this? Oh, there it is. Ha 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 ha. Release the echo. A contract upheld. Azazel, the penitent. Looking into the Fae's vicious eyes, Azazel at once understood that what he had agreed to. His blood ran cold, and, though his legs bid him to flee, he held fast. Perhaps he was a fool to think he could deal with a Fae, but deal he had. As the Fae began to whisper, the beast's ancient shackles fell open. Bound to suffer till the bitter end, with bonds never severed, new severed, thou must amend. Though he could not recall moving forward, Azazel found himself suddenly chained within them. The Fae's chant rose, calling forth a magic that surrounded Azazel. It pressed in around him, building a suffocating pressure. The air was forced from his lungs. Moments later, he felt the first of his bones break. No scream could escape his lips, and Azazel was brought to his knees. As the magic reached impossible heights, his body began to change, broken bones reshaping and breaking again. A few feet away, the ancient beast breathed its last. Let's go ahead and finish searching this floor. Need stone blocks. Do I have anything? Yeah. Drop those. Right. Need the space. Take all of them. Okay. That does not look safe. Oh, maybe it's just one. Okay. Looks like a pit. Alrighty. The final. It is the hope thing. Time passed and yet lingered, as did the pain that coursed through Azazel's new form. He groaned and wept, but none were present to hear his protests. None could be. To enter the chamber was to break the contract and put the village at risk. Still, Azazel hoped for release. As decades passed, he watched the bones of the ancient beast turn to dust and envied their death. The words of the vicious Fae echoed in his mind. Bound to suffer till the bitter end. Death. Death would release him. Though his new form meant a lifetime filled with lifetimes, he would still be killed. Surely his people would recognize this. Surely they would spare him. But years passed filled with nothing but loneliness and pain. The pain became all-consuming. Slowly, he forgot his village, his people, his sacrifice. Soon all that remained was great, twisted beast, and the whispered echoes taunting, "Till the bitter end." Reach the heart. Kill Azazel the Penitent. Let's see. Is that Azazel? A little too high. What's holding him? There's gotta be something that I need to break. Let's find what we can. Okay, he's released. Oops. Damn it. He's healed. Got him. And he just up and disappeared on me. That's okay. Something up. Right here. Yeah. Uncover the Imperial knowledge from the pedestal. What pedestal? This way. Get my reward? What do we have here? Fabled bone. Assassin. Oh. Here's the pedestal. Uncover the Imperial knowledge. Sylvan's cradle site of power cleared. Magic flows freely from the heart of the realm, now cleansed of despair. The portal of Welkin's Reach awaits in the crossways. Ha 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 ha! Awesome. To the crossways. Okay. Which one? This one. Open sesame. Welch's Reach. Desert Realm. Plus 100% harvested stone in your ore yield. Nice, nice. Play this card to seek the Astrolab realm of Welkin's Reach, where the yield of stone and ore are increased. Welkin's Reach was a little-known realm prior to the calamity. Newly discovered, it sat in the most distant end of the human network, awaiting exploration. Yeah. Okay. Now that that's open, I want to head back to my base. That didn't last long. That sucked. Ride the wind. Alright, we'll kill them. That's okay. Now, transfer on. Oops, no! Wrong way. Equivalent. 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 That. Yep. Good, very good. Think that needs to go in here. Let me see. Equivalent. Excuse me. Put that in here. Not that. Think. This one I had. 10 of it. Look like this. This. That is this. 1, 2, 3. Straps. 2, 3. I think. Gonna keep the straps. Do I even have the straps? Straps. That is wrong, Jameson. Sure. Oh, two. Charm. Uh-oh. One, two, three. Don't have any room. Not. But we're ready. Well, I think that's about it for now. I gotta run, people. It's the wife.